conservative point of view to black issues. His mission: to provide a forum for honest discussions about social issues without the liberal lapdogs shutting down the discussion. Broadcasting from the American Truth Project studios in beautiful Brooklyn Park, Minnesota. This is Conservative Nation with your host, Jermaine Buxio.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another edition of Conservative Nation with me, your gracious host, Jermaine Buxio. How's everybody doing on this beautiful Friday evening? Let me tell you something. Here in Minnesota, it's back to being cold. Absolutely. A little bit more than nippy out. How's everybody doing? Oh, yeah. How's everybody doing? Beautiful Friday, I heard, in Cali. In other parts of the country, I heard it's beautiful. Just not where I'm at. How's everybody doing? Make sure you guys do your due diligence. Hit that like button. Make sure you do share. All right. Yeah. We're on at a different time, a little bit later. Usually we're on at 7, but we're at 8 now. Yeah. Absolutely. We got a lot to discuss tonight. Have you guys seen the Zelensky press conference? Trump and Zelensky and J.D. Vance. Man, that was wild. That was wild. Yeah. We got to see Daddy Trump put on his big boy pants and swing that stick, if you know what I mean. Yeah. You see the way Zelensky was asking? He was asking for some help, and he was being pretty rude about it. Oh yeah, we about to talk about that. We about to talk about, apparently Roseanne got a little rap video here. I want to go ahead and show folks. You know, I saw it. I couldn't stop laughing. With Tom McDonald. Oh, yeah. We got a lot to discuss, so make sure you guys do your due diligence. Hit that like button. Make sure you do share. Let me go ahead and give some folks a quick shout out. The folks who were waiting. Shout out to Sally Kushmal. Let me go ahead and give you the customaries. Shout out to my guy Jerry Lewis. Shout out to Pookie 777. Pookie L777. Michelle Minnick, shout out to you. Shout out to Matthew Steinacker. Shout out to you. And shout out to everybody on YouTube. Make sure you do your due diligence. Hit that like button. Make sure you do share. Please, oh please, oh please. You see how crazy the world is. Even though Trump is in office, let me tell you something. They still acting a fool. Shout out to Diggy L777 says Trump Zelensky White House meeting descends into shouting match. Trump hands Zelensky his ass. You know that. 70 today in SoCal. Yeah. See, 70. That sounds like good weather to me. Shout out to CC Van says good evening, Jermaine. Shout out to Pizza Sticks. And shout out to ROC Pete 18. Shout out to you. All right. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get rocking with the show. Let's get the flaming. Let's get the flaming. Make sure you guys do your due diligence. Hit that like button. Make sure you do share. First one up here, ladies and gentlemen. First one up. I want to go ahead and speak to you guys a little bit about DNA tests and how important it should be here in America. There's a viral video with a young black man. He has a DNA test that was done on a 12-year-old twins he has. And he found out that the twins aren't his. I don't know why he waited, this long, but he found that out. Here in America, I can tell you something. We live in crazy land. One spectrum of the sex can decide to, let a child live and let a child die. And, there's hardly any consequence except for, the emotional baggage that comes with making that decision a lot of the times. But on the other spectrum, when it involves a male, let me tell you something. He's not able to, abscond from that duty. He may be able to get away physically, but legally, the law holds him accountable. They certainly do. But what happens, ladies and gentlemen, when something called paternity fraud happens? Paternity fraud. Yeah, I fixed that. What happens when paternity fraud happens? Well, I want to go ahead and run this, and when it comes back, I want to speak about this. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you do share, okay? Here we go.
Oh, you in here sitting down, then I need all my money back, bro. I'm got it. Right there, open that right now, bro. You been playing with me, bro. Them twins are not mine. Open this. Come on. What is this? This is DNA test for the twins. You know the twins? You said that was mine? 12 years? 12 years? You see this? It ain't even 2 pieces of paper. I need it. I don't care, bro. I went to go get the DNA test, bro. Stop playing.
First of all,
where's the money? I need my money. I don't even care. I need my money.
I'm 12 years old.
I don't care.
If you want a DNA test, you should have got a DNA test when I laid on the table.
That don't mean nothing,
You was
bro.
there.
No, I want.
It don't matter.
I got this
It don't
DNA
matter.
test.
12 years. Who else do they know?
Like, what
Who
is
else
that?
do
What
they
is you
know?
doing?
Who else do they
I
know?
need my money.
I'm eating because every dollar
I
I
don't
make goes
care
to
about
my
that.
kids.
I don't care about none of that, bro. What? Where's my money? Lay that right here.
Clearly, you want to tussle.
Like,
You want to tussle.
like, come on. I need my money,
Look
bro.
at where they're
You want
at.
to tussle.
I need.
Bow. What do you got to think about this? That guy seems pretty mad. I can tell you that is absolutely crazy. This is paternity fraud. Happens all the time. They say here in America, out of 10 babies that are born, 3 babies are not the father. 3 of them. So out of 10 babies being born here, there's likely to be 3 of the babies there. The fathers who are presumed to be the father, they're not the father. That's crazy. Because I know one thing, if it was women getting the wrong baby 3 out of the 10 times they went to the hospital, it'll be a national crisis. It would. It would be a national crisis. Everybody and their mama's talking about this situation. 12 years. I don't think he should have waited that long, but you got to know sometime, right? I think that is probably one of the most evilest things you can do. Paternity fraud. Absolutely. You make a man pay for a child that's not his. You make, 2 individuals get a bond over time just to find out that, they're not even blood. That's devastating. It really is. And nothing happens to, the person who's committing paternity fraud. Teresa Smith, hey, that's what I'm asking. Why so long? At this point, them babies are yours. For 12 years, you've been in their life paying, drinking their juice boxes. Gosh darn it, them babies are yours. Yeah, eat all, save none for later. Yeah, they make the man continue to pay child support. Men, if you're out there and you have a baby and you're not married and you're not sure, it should be automatic though. Go have a DNA test. Yeah, it should be mandatory. Anybody who's against a DNA test, there's something wrong with you. It should be mandatory before you sign a birth certificate. Because once you sign that birth certificate, you are legally responsible. I want the men to understand that. There's no way around it. You'll be held liable for every gosh darn thing. So you better be sure. I've seen men go ahead and go sign a birth certificate knowing the baby ain't theirs. Relationship don't work out. You end up paying for a kid that you don't see. All because you wanted to play that role. Be smart. But hey, that's what the world is right now. Matthew Steinecker says, I seen one mama on suspected baby daddy number 17. And he wasn't the father of Maury. Yep, I'm telling you. If you watch Maury, the Steve Wilkos show, and the rest of them, you will find paternity tests through the roof of women getting up there with 2-3 baby daddies, and the guys ain't the father. Just based upon Maury, the DNA test should be gosh darn mandatory. It should. But hey, that's what the world is. So, be careful out there. Be careful. Let's go ahead and move forward. Make sure you guys do me a favor. Hit that like button. Make sure you do share. Next one up, I want to go ahead and speak about the epidemic that's happening here in America. Nobody's really speaking about it. I've traveled and looked through plenty of channels. YouTube channels, Rumble channels, all different type of content creators. And I don't hear anybody speaking about this. Do you know what it is? Teachers having sex with students. Specifically females. Yeah. Think I'm playing. White Caucasian women who are sleeping with the young children. Think I'm playing. You go ahead and type in, go to Law and Order, right? Law and Crime on YouTube. Just put teacher having sex with student. You will see story after story after story after story after story. It's crazy. You just type teacher having sex with student in YouTube, and you will have so many stories. And it's not the men, it's the women. And most of the stories are white women. I kid you not. Yeah. Think I'm playing. I don't even know what's going on. They having sex with the student. Have you guys noticed that? Yeah. See, people, you noticed that too. I don't know what's going on. But I have a hint. I want to go ahead and run this story here. Classroom scandal. California high school Spanish teacher having sex with one of the students. Oh yeah, I want to go ahead and run this when I come back. I want to speak about it. Why are so many female teachers having sex with students? How come the men ain't doing it anymore? Remember I told you there's hardly any male teachers anymore? And if the guy is a male teacher, most likely he's gay. I kid you not. I kid you not. Here we go. Make sure you guys hit this like button. Make sure you share. Here we go.
And right now at noon, we're following breaking news out of Stanislaus County, where a former Spanish teacher has been arrested for having an inappropriate relationship with a former student. Thanks for joining us. I'm Lisa Gonzalez. The Stanislaus County Sheriff's Department says Dulce Flores was arrested from her home in Riverbank yesterday. The Riverbank Unified School District says Flores was a Spanish teacher for Riverbank High School since 2016. She's accused of having sex with a former student who was 17 years old back in 2023. School officials were notified about the relationship. Flores faces charges of unlawful sexual intercourse with a minor. She's being held at Stanislaus County Jail on a $20,000 bail.
The investigation into an inappropriate relationship between Dulce Flores and a former student began after the Stanislaus County Sheriff's Office received a tip from a staff member at Riverbank High School. Flores has been teaching Spanish at the school since 2016 and is accused of allegedly having an inappropriate sexual relationship with a then 17-year-old.
That blows my mind. A teacher doing that to a kid. That really blows my mind.
In a statement, the Riverbank Unified School District told KCRA that this matter does not involve any current students and that Flores has been placed on a leave of absence while this matter is resolved, adding that criminal matters are only allegations until proven otherwise.
The incident occurred approximately 2 years ago, and to our knowledge, only one incident occurred pertaining to the unlawful sexual intercourse with the minor.
But for parents, the news truly comes as a shock. This woman, whose daughter was a student of Flores, says she wants more answers from the school district.
That would never happen back in the day when we went to school. My kids came to this school, as my stepdaughter's coming to this school right now, so it's kind of like weird to hear that from a teacher. How could that be happening now?
The superintendent was not available to speak with us today, but said that the district is in contact with parents and students who are enrolled in Flores' classes to minimize disruption. Today we learned that Flores posted bail this morning. The sheriff's office couldn't say when Flores' arraignment will take place, and while they do believe this is an isolated incident, they're asking any other possible victims to contact the Riverbank Police Services. Marisela de la Cruz, KCRA 3 News.
Bow. What do you got to think about that? Why aren't the male teachers having sex with the students? Right? We are so focused in this society on males, right? Males are dirtbags. Oh my gosh, that guy's a creep, right? The older you get as a guy, the more creepier you get to young women. But why? I can tell you a little bit of why I believe this is happening. A lot of it has to do with feminism. Absolutely. A lot has to do with the sexual hyper culture that we live in. And a lot has to do with, these young women getting out of school. If you go and look at a lot of the teachers, they're younger and younger nowadays. You get a 24-year-old teacher. So the teachers, in a sense, have a rapport with the children because they're looking at the same stuff all day long. Little Timmy is sitting there, commenting on the teacher's outfit and sitting there asking how he needs help and this and that. And, the teacher's getting ready to, sit on top of him. This teacher here, this is Hispanic one, teaching Spanish. She was speaking, she was teaching a little bit more than Spanish. I can tell you that. We have to do a better job in this society looking at what the problems are. I can tell you, if this was going on and it was just males doing this, you would see CNN speaking about this, Fox News, all them gosh darn suckers would be running their mouth about an epidemic, about males sitting here having sex with students. But because it's females, they're keeping their mouths shut. You all saving them for later? Absolutely. Most of them are married too. I wonder how the husband feels when your wife is having sex with, a gosh darn kid. Cheating on you with a kid. That's nuts. Yeah, Matthew Steinacker, toxic masculinity. I think a lot of what's going on is toxic femininity. That's why we need to be straight up about what's going on. When it comes to child abuse, women abuse children more than men. You can't get around it. And it's mostly because they have the most access to the children. So I think that, we need to just keep an eye on our children at school. I think there should be an age limit for teachers. I think the teachers are getting too young. And they're starting to, assimilate with the children and acting as if they're back in high school, screwing each other. There's a teacher who literally had sex with a 14-year-old, had the kid's baby. She went to jail for it, had the kid's baby, and when the kid got 18, she decided to go ahead and be with the kid. This is how crazy they are. That's crazy. There's another one where she put a child on child support. Had a kid with a 15-year-old. The 15-year-old started to work at his first job at Arby's. And you know what he saw coming out of his check? Child support. Yeah, that's the story. Old lady begging child support from a 15-year-old. She deserved to go to jail. But, this will continue to happen until we have a hold on our culture. The culture needs to shift. Needs to change. Yeah, shout out to Matthew Steinacker. Yeah, they got married too. I believe so. They got married. So this type of thing goes on all the time. All the time. And it's really an epidemic. You see it every single day. There's a story about some teacher having sex with a student. Can't get around it. Cannot. Let's go ahead and move forward. Make sure you guys do your due diligence. Help me out. I certainly need your help. Absolutely. Next one up. I want to speak to you guys about what they're calling MAGA regret. So apparently there's some MAGA voters. This is what the media is saying. They're saying that these MAGA voters are realizing that they were lied to by Donald Trump. Yeah. Yeah. This is what they're saying. These MAGA voters were lied to about Donald Trump. They didn't realize what he would do. And I can tell you, these MAGA, quote-unquote, MAGA voters, they're not truly MAGA. I can tell ya. They're Dema, if you know what I mean. These folks are Democrats who were just mad about what was going on and decided to vote for Trump. I don't believe it at all. Most folks that I talk to that voted for Donald Trump love everything he's doing. So I don't know who these quote-unquote MAGA voters are. I want to go ahead and run this when it comes back. I want to speak to you guys about it. Do you guys believe that there are quote-unquote MAGA voters, Trump voters, who realize, quote-unquote, realize they were being lied to? Okay, I don't know. I don't know. I wasn't lied to about anything. I don't know what they were talking about, but apparently they're saying they were lied to. Take a look at this. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you do share. All right, here we go.
Somebody tell me they're lying right now because of what the do you mean that I'm not going to get my SNAP benefits? What the do you mean?
We are possibly going to lose our farm if NRCS doesn't hold up their contract with us on the EQIP program. Because of the executive orders, there's a pause or a freeze on the funding, and they're not able to pay out on the stuff that we completed or anything going forward.
Beyond betrayal. They used us during the campaign, the elected officials from the Republican Party. They actually told us that it was not going to touch the documented people.
I mean, you're an educator. You didn't vote for Trump eliminating federal funds.
No, I did not vote for that. I do not think that's what the voters want. If we have federal cuts, then that's going to mean bigger classroom sizes. I would lose teachers, first and foremost. It's devastating.
Many Americans cast their votes in the hope of change, in the belief that they were choosing a leader who would fight for them. But for some, that hope has turned into regret as they come to a stark realization they were lied to.
Well, hell yeah, we're regretting our vote now. I mean, we didn't vote for Elon Musk. Did y'all even see that press conference in the Oval Office yesterday? I mean, what in the Brokeback Mountain was that? The press are completely ignoring him and directing all their questions towards Musk. And then what was up with his kid being there? I mean, what is this, my two dads? And the kid's just over there like picking his nose and wiping snot on the Resolute desk. Why would he let him do that? I've never seen such a submissive show from the President of the United States. I mean, come on. Here in Oklahoma, we like alpha males that take charge and stand up, not betas who sit there and let some South African guy dominate the entire press conference. Yeah, no, we are not happy one bit with this whole situation. I mean, frankly, it was embarrassing. Me and all my fellow Oklahomans were not impressed at all, and something needs to change because there is only one president of the United States, and it ain't Elon Musk.
I never thought this day would come. Well, I'm gonna regret what I did. I really regret voting for this guy. I'm working on this program for the sound power phones batteries. We're researching these batteries for these sound power phones, and they cut off our funding. It is really sad. You get to the office and they tell you, we're no longer going to fund your research for these batteries for these sound power phones. And you know, what makes me sad is that these batteries were going to make such an impact on the lives of our deployed troops, especially the sailors out there. And these are for vital communications on board the ships. So I truly regret now my vote. And I hope more people speak up just like I did.
These stories aren't isolated. Across the internet, Voices are emerging, voices of those who once believed, but now feel betrayed. And nowhere is...
You see, I don't believe it. I think this is a gosh darn fraud. Ladies and gentlemen, I just don't believe it. Look at this. This is supposed to be who? Michelle Blackass Obama? Michael Obama over here?
Is this clearer than in one eye-opening post from Reddit? Let's listen.
I'm a Trump voter. We've been lied to, fellow Americans. As someone who voted for Trump, I thought he would help lower prices. But we've been had. The dictatorship is rising, and America is suffering under his rule.
I want to, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. This is a fraud. This is a lie. It's an absolute lie. These people weren't MAGA voters. These people weren't MAGA voters. They didn't vote for Donald Trump. Because if you voted for Donald Trump, you knew what you were voting for. There's no way that you could be this angry and this mad. It's been just, 30 days? If that? No, actually, it hasn't even been 30 days. It hasn't. How the hell are you this mad? Oh my gosh, I've been had. You ain't been had nothing. This is what we call propaganda. Right? Yeah, they're trying to, gin up some hate. They're trying to stir up some hate, ladies and gentlemen.
Here are my thoughts as someone who once voted for Trump. Unlike a lot of Trump voters that I know, I could care less about gender politics and the culture war. What path people take in life is their business and their right. I have to feed and take care of myself and my family, and I wanted fair wages and fair prices. Trump and Musk, however, had us fooled into thinking that the Democrats were the cause of all our problems, economy included. Their lies painted the left, immigrants, and anything or anyone other than themselves as the bad guys. That in itself is classic bad guy behavior.
You see, this was written by a Democrat hack. This is a Democrat who is sitting back, usually they sit back, sipping on a latte. And they're making up stories. This is a story. This is absolutely a story. I'm done with it. What do you guys think about it? What do you guys think? Yeah. It's fake, right? Absolutely. Paid Soros actors. Shout out to Michelle Minute. Paid by Soros. I mean, you just can't get around it. George Soros, Alex Soros is his son. His son looked gay. Not a dig at gay folks. He just looked like he lived that life. This is a fraud. This is just meant to gin up hate, to try to stir up hate against Donald Trump and Elon Musk. That's all. They haven't even been in office long enough for somebody to use the bathroom. You get what I'm saying? They ain't sat there long enough to take a decent squat. So the fact that they're coming up with this, you should know, is a gosh darn lie. That's all I've been seeing in the news right now is quote-unquote MAGA regret. If you go on CNN, MSNBC, those actors over there, that's all they're doing. They're trying to find anybody to talk to sit there and lie about how bad Donald Trump is. Pookie L77 says they losing so bad they'll try anything to dethrone Trump. Absolutely. Absolutely. You just can't get around it. MAGA regret. No, ladies and gentlemen, it's not MAGA regret. There's plenty of folks, majority of the base is happy with what he is doing. They all voted for it. Some people are shocked that it's happening this fast. You get what I'm saying? All the executive orders, all the things that are happening so fast. You get what I'm saying? It's throwing the Democrats off their heels. And then throwing a lot of the constituency into, you know, a little bit of a frenzy. They don't know what's going on, but they're happy about it. Because they're seeing things take a turn for the good. They're seeing corruption being exposed. They're seeing government waste being cut. They're seeing everything. And as you guys can see, they're being very transparent with what they're doing, especially with talks with world leaders and everything. So this is exactly what we voted for. So if the media is sitting here putting together people to lie, they should put together people who will tell the truth. Because if they do, they'll find people are very, very excited about what's going on. They may be nervous because they don't know what's all that's happening, but they're certainly excited about what's going on. Let's go ahead and move forward. Make sure you guys do me a favor. Hit that like button. Make sure you do share. Next one up. I want to speak to you guys about federal workers who are speaking on DOGE layoffs. Yeah, we're back to the hate in news again. And we're back to federal workers who are absolutely upset about Trump. The Biden holdovers is what I call them. Take a look at this. When it comes back, I want to speak about it. Here we go.
And a spokesman for Social Security tells 11 News 140 workers were placed on that status. Tonight, we hear from two of them. One says this is clearly an attack on federal employees.
Emotions are mixed as federal employees talk about President Trump's executive orders and cuts made by the Department of Government Efficiency.
People are actually panicked. They're in distress. They're at psychological breaking points, and this is serious.
The Social Security Office of Civil Rights and Equal Opportunity is...
Ladies and gentlemen, do you hear what they said? They were stressed and they were panicked. I want people to hear this. Stressed and panicked by somebody asking you to tell them what you're doing. I want people to understand that's all they had to do and say, hey, you know, I did this, that, and the third this week. This is what my job entails. This is what I'm doing. That's all they had to do. That's it. And these people are panicking. Here, listen to them again.
Government efficiency.
People are actually panicked. They're in distress. They're at psychological breaking points, and this is serious.
The social
psychological breaking point for somebody asking you what the hell you're doing. What? I kid you not. You can't make this stuff up, ladies and gentlemen. You just can't. Are these people children? If you're panicking and you're having a psychological breakdown, gosh darn it, you don't need that job. You don't.
Social Security Office of Civil Rights and Equal Opportunity is now eliminated. 140 SSA employees put on administrative leave.
I'm going to do whatever it takes to find another job or to just make ends meet.
According to the SSA website,
Yeah, you should. Go to McDonald's. They're hiring.
The now disbanded Office of Civil Rights and Equal Opportunity provided overall management of the SSA-wide programs of civil rights, equal employment opportunity, harassment prevention, reasonable accommodations, and disability services.
So this is just another example of executive overreach, of trying to bar employees that serve the public, and we all serve the public. We all do. From going somewhere if they feel like they're in a hostile work environment. Now employees don't have anywhere to go.
They're in a hostile work environment because somebody asked you what the hell you do. I want folks to understand it. This is what's going on. These people were sitting back doing nothing, collecting a check. And then when asked, hey, what are you doing? They're panicking. Oh my gosh, I'm about to lose my cushy job. I come in every day late and I play board games. And they about to cut my funding. Ladies and gentlemen, these people need to go get a new job. If this is their attitude, they need to get a new job.
Acting Social Security Commissioner released the statement. Our focus is supporting President Trump's priorities, which include streamlining functions and prioritizing essential work, terminating the Office of Civil Rights and Equal Opportunity, and reassigning statutory responsibilities performed by this office advances the president's goal to make all of government more efficient in serving the American public.
The only liberating part about it is that you won't be in that negative environment where you constantly feel like that when's the next shoe going to drop. These cuts hurt the very people that put this administration in power, and I want people to understand that.
The acting commissioner did not specify which SSA divisions will now handle civil rights responsibilities or what will happen to pending cases. Reporting from the newsroom, Barry Sims, WBAL-TV 11 News.
Bow. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you got to think about that? You heard them. You heard them. The workers are having psychological breakdowns. They're panicking. They don't know when the next shoe is going to drop. They should get a new job. They need to get a new job. You can't get around it, ladies and gentlemen. They need to get a new job. Eat all, save none for later says maybe now they can get some real work done. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that they can get some real work done. Outrageous. This was a long time coming. We needed it. I can tell you, we needed this, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you guys do me a favor, hit that like button, make sure you share. Make sure you do share. Yeah. They definitely need to leave. They definitely do. Shout out to America 12 U says gonna be a lot of empty seats around the table. I can tell you that. It's gonna be a lot of empty seats around the table. A lot. Let's go ahead and move forward. Make sure you guys do your due diligence. Please, oh, please, oh, please. Oh, please, hit that like button. Make sure you do. Next one up here. Next one up. I want to speak to you guys about the Epstein files. You guys know about the Epstein files, right? Everybody and their mama was speaking about the Epstein files. They were speaking about it. They were ready for it. They were excited. And when it came out, you know what happened? Nothing! A bunch of scribbles on some paper. Yeah! All the big hype. And it was nothing but scribbles on a paper. Pam Bondi. What happened? I want to go ahead and run this story. When it come back, I want to speak about it. They are saying that the Epstein files is nothing but a nothing burger. It was everything everybody already knew before, and it was nothing but scribbles. Yeah, they said it was scribbles. I kid you not. I want to go ahead. I want to go ahead and run this. When it come back, I want to speak about it. Make sure you guys do your due diligence. Help us out, all right? You hit that like button. Make sure you do share. All right? We need your help. We certainly do. Here we go. Yeah, it was. You go and look on the flight log and all that. It was a scribbler. Here we go.
So Elon Musk met with Senate Republicans in the DOGE caucus at the White House yesterday. They were briefed on his efforts to root out fraud and waste in the federal government. And Tennessee Senator Marsha Blackburn, she was there in the room, and she joins us now to fill us in on what happened behind closed doors. Senator, thank you for joining us on your Friday. So take us inside the room. What did he say to you? And did some of your colleagues ask him questions about the process? Because we know some of them are I guess, facing some concerns from constituents back home.
It was such an exciting meeting, but also a very informational meeting. The DOGE team is doing great work, and the American people can follow it at doge.gov, or they can follow it on the X account. The good thing, it is all transparent. And what you're going to see DOGE do is move toward cutting $4 billion a day, identifying those cuts. And then, of course, Aisha, what we can do is bring that under the federal budget process, where we eliminate that spending through appropriations when we get to that, and also through rescissions. The good thing is this is going to allow us to downsize the federal government, to move forward with President Trump's agenda, and to remove every bit of fat. Elon thinks that we can remove 15 to 20% of government expense this year. And
Yeah,
then
that's a
if
lot.
we continue on from that, this is going to be great. It is going to save the taxpayer money. It is going to get inflation under control. It is going to help get this economy back on track and get our country back on track.
Really quickly, you mentioned appropriations. Speaker Johnson had brought up perhaps putting in some of these DOGE cuts into a CR. Is that just not possible in the Senate?
I am hopeful. We're going to look at every way we possibly can to codify these cuts and bring it in through the budget process and remove this spending. It is imperative that we cut every ounce of fat out. And you know what? If they're finding $4 billion a day, we can continue with that.
Right.
And then the savings is going to be better. Inflation comes down. Interest rates come down.
Okay, let me get quickly to this, too, because you've been talking with AG Pam Bondi a bunch this week, and this is such an important topic to you in terms of transparency, are these Epstein files. I got to ask you about this because they were released yesterday. The White House made a big deal out of it. They had these binders with information from the DOJ. They handed it over to all of these social media influencers who went online and shared the information, but then it really turned out to kind of be what some are calling a nothing burger. And some Republicans, like Representative Luna in the House, said that this is not what we or the American people asked for, and a complete disappointment. So, Senator, what happened here?
AG Bondi and Director Patel are hard at work on getting all of these Epstein files. And as you know, this is an issue I first talked about in 2019. We have been on this because it is imperative that we break apart these human trafficking rings, sex trafficking rings. And we know Jeffrey Epstein was a part of this. And Aisha, this is not about sensationalism or celebrities. It is not about gossip and gotchas. This is about justice.
Yeah,
for
that's why we want to see the gosh darn names.
Victims we know of so far, and for thousands of women and girls around the globe that have been pushed into sex trafficking, women and children pushed into human trafficking that is now 150. You know, what we saw yesterday is information on that will lead us to the file that was used in the court document. This is information.
Marsha Blackburn, she talks a lot. And she's saying a whole bunch of gosh darn nothing. She ain't saying nothing. She ain't saying a gosh darn thing. No wonder why she's in Congress.
Information from the FBI search. We need that. We now know to go look for that and ask for those specifics of computers. And we also know there are IRS records we need. There's video footage we need. So they're trying to find where this is housed in the FBI and get it over to
And we know
AG
you'll keep
Bondi.
fighting for it.
It's going to be a process.
Yeah, it is.
You got
Okay,
it.
Senator, thanks for joining us. We just ran out of time.
Bow. So if you listen to people like Marsha Blackburn, gosh darn, you ain't never gonna see it. Instead of her to say, you know what, this ain't what we were asking for, and this and that, she sounds like she's part of the criminals. She's part of the mob that's trying to hide it. There is no way that, we were waiting all this time and, Pam Bondi said, once you see this, it's going to make you sick. She said all this crap. Emotionalizing everything she was talking about as if it's going to be very damaging. And that sucker came out, ladies and gentlemen, it was nothing but scribbles. Nothing. You can't even get around it, ladies and gentlemen. It was nothing. You had everybody and their mama get excited about it, getting dropped and everything. Soon as it was dropped, you saw everybody stop talking about it. So, I mean, I don't know if this will ever, get solved. The Epstein files, I don't know if anybody else will ever get charged. I can tell you something, ladies and gentlemen, I can definitely tell you something. These folks that are doing the sex trafficking, they're in high office, they're in high levels. You see how P. Diddy, Puff Daddy case, it is showing up with all sorts of celebrities. That's exactly what this is. You're going to see all sorts of politicians on the left and on the right involved in this scheme. It's one of the biggest things in America here. The child trafficking and the sex trafficking. It's huge. And that's why there's so much corruption here in the United States. Because a lot of it, the people who are quote unquote hushed up, they're involved in it. Trump, he has a lot of evidence with these, underground bases where children have been held and everything else. He's sitting on a treasure trove of information, and, I don't know when it's going to come out. But that's probably one of the biggest things that's going on right now is the child sex trafficking. It's the biggest thing that's going on, and Hollywood is a part of it. The people in Congress better believe it. They're a part of it. Our CIA, FBI, all the letter boys. They're all into it at the high levels. And it's something, ladies and gentlemen, that goes into their dark religion. They've been doing it ever since the beginning of time. Every society has this type of issue. So I don't know when this will, get solved or if it will ever get solved. But we can't have people who are going to hype us up, like Pam Bondi and Kash Patel sitting there hyping folks up, saying, yeah, we're going to get them and this and that, this and that, this and that, and it don't happen. That sounds like a regular Republican. That's why I don't like Republicans, because they do stuff like that all the time. Remember, repeal and replace. I always bring that up because Republicans were talking so strong. We're going to repeal and replace Obamacare, right? These idiots marched up and down Congress, went across the country, running their mouth about repeal and replace. Right? Repeal and replace, and come to find out, they were all playing the game. Even down to John McCain. John McCain could have voted. He was the last vote. Could have voted to repeal and replace Obamacare, and he voted against it. That's how evil they are. So, I don't know. I don't know if it will ever get solved. But I can tell you, if we have weak-kneed Republicans like these folks that we just seen do this, it will never get solved. I just can't believe that they had the nerve to sit there and do stuff like that. They deserve to get, roasted. Let's go ahead and move forward. Make sure you guys do me a favor. Hit that like button. I just think it's just absolutely outrageous. Outrageous that they were sitting there hyping folks up. Oh, it's going to make your stomach turn. You go and look at it, nothing but scribbles. They deserve an ass whooping for that. Let's go ahead and move forward. Next one up. I want to speak to you guys about Roseanne Barr. Got a brand new rap, and it's a pro-Trump song. I want to go ahead and run just a little bit of it. E was doing a documentary on the song here, and I want you guys to see it. I didn't hear it until a little bit later on today. I had followers send me this, and I was just in disbelief. I want you guys to take a look at this. When I come back, I want to speak about this. Here we go. Here we go.
That's why they're trying to turn Becky into Dan. You get screw Eminem. I'm Roseanne.
Roseanne Barr showing off her rapping skills in a new pro-Donald Trump music video.
Huh? What?
The actress, nearly unrecognizable in blonde braids, gold chain.
Yeah, let's go back. I want to see. Look at this. Look at this. Ladies and gentlemen, I had to stop it right there. Look at that. Look at her. She got blonde braids. What would make her do something like this?
It's gold chains and sunglasses, collaborating with Canadian rapper Tom MacDonald for a track called Daddy's Home. The pair, surrounded by a crowd of people sporting MAGA merch, seemingly gloating over the election results and the lyrics, just days before Trump officially takes office again. Roseanne throwing shade at her past during her solo verse.
They're trying to cancel me and say that I'm a racist. Got a mean hook, they can't get me with that jam. Trying to take away my right to go and say this. Well, listen up, cause this gun is going bad. With the facts. Why they trying to turn Becky into Dan?
The comedian referencing her 90s sitcom Roseanne, which was briefly rebooted in 2018 before getting canceled.
This is our 45th anniversary, and I get to talk.
She's finally coming out of her shell. Quiet, everybody.
The show came back, and it's had so much success. So many new fans are watching it. What's been the most rewarding thing for you to see how popular the show has been?
Well, I really like that the old fans are watching it with their grandkids now, as I watch it with my grandkids. So, you know, it's timeless, and family is timeless, so it's very gratifying.
The cancellation coming on the heels of a controversial tweet Roseanne posted about former President Obama's senior advisor, Valerie Jarrett, something she later asked for forgiveness and called a bad joke in an apology
so I'm
tweet.
gonna stop it right
but
here.
it was too late.
I want to stop it right here. So Roseanne, in her new song here, ladies and gentlemen, what can I say about it? You know, I listened to the full version of the song.
Roseanne Barr showing off her.
You know, how can I say? I wasn't, too much of a fan about it. You know, I think it looks fun. It looked like she had fun doing it. You know, and I'm all for, showing up and having fun, especially at the liberals' expense. You know what I'm saying? She had a lot of stuff going on with her. And I think that her doing something like this, you know, is just some fun and something to, you know, throw in the face of these liberals. I think it's real nice. You know, I'm not too much of a fan about the music, you know, but I like that she was able to get out of her element, you know, and do something like this. Yeah, I personally believe that a lot of rap music nowadays, I would venture to say about 98% of it is, you know, devil music. It seems that every time somebody falls into, you know, watching a lot of rap music, getting into rap music, your morals start declining. You know, you start getting that F-it attitude, and it's an easy way to break down somebody morally. That's why I don't like, you know, the rap music. They don't even have anything good in it anymore. You get what I'm saying? They just really don't. You know, a lot of the music is about shooting and killing. And if it's not shooting and killing, it's about having sex. That's pretty much it. So, you know, yeah, I think that she had a very good time doing this. You know, I'm happy for her that she's been vindicated. She told everybody that Trump was going to win. A lot of people in Hollywood counted her out. They tried to cancel her, but, you know, you can see she's back and she's bigger than ever. So, you know, I like it. I definitely do. I like her attitude as well. I certainly do. But the whole rap deal, you know, it's just not my taste. You know, just not my taste. And then Tom McDonald, too. Rap, you always got to look like you hopped out of a trash can. You get what I'm saying? Don't the rappers look like, you know, the Grouch is their gosh darn daddy? Yeah. They gone playing. Yeah. Can't make this up. Let's go ahead and move forward. All Save None for Later says, I don't like Tom McDonald's rap, but I like his political view. Absolutely. Michelle Minnick says, Roseanne used to be far left, and she saw the light. She certainly did. And she saw that how vicious they can come after her. That really changed the way she thought, too. Let's go ahead and move forward. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you do share. Next one up, we're going to speak to you about Trump. Trump kicking Zelensky out of the White House after a heated meeting. I want to go ahead and run this when I come back. I want to speak to you guys about it. Trump, and he's standing on business. He's standing on business. Here we go.
That's why they're trying to turn Becky into dad.
Pretty close. How are you? Pretty sharp.
He's all dressed up today.
President Trump, what's your message to Vladimir Putin, sir? President Trump. President Trump, you got a message to Vladimir Putin.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Please, you think that if you will speak very loudly about the war,
He's not speaking loudly. He's not speaking loudly. Your country is in big trouble. Wait a minute. No. You've done a lot of talking. Your country is in big trouble.
I know.
You're not winning. You're not winning this. You have a damn good chance of coming out okay because of us.
Mr. President, we are staying in our country, staying strong from the very beginning of the war. We've been alone. And we are thankful. I said thanks.
You haven't
in
been
this
alone.
Cabinet.
You haven't been alone. We gave you, through this stupid president, $350 billion. We gave you military equipment, and your men are brave, but they had to use our military. If you didn't have our military equipment, this war would have been over in 2 weeks.
In 3 days, I heard it from Putin. In 3 days, This is something
Maybe less.
in 2 weeks. Of course, yes.
It's going to be a very hard thing to do business like this.
Again, just say thank you.
I said a lot of times to American people.
Accept that there are disagreements, and let's go litigate those disagreements rather than trying to fight it out in the American media when you're wrong. We know that you're wrong.
But you see, I think it's good for the American people to see what's going on.
I understand.
I think it's very important. That's why I kept this going so long. You have to be thankful. You don't have the cards. You're buried there. Your people are dying. You're running low on soldiers. Listen, you're running low on soldiers. It would be a damn good thing. And then you tell us, I don't want a ceasefire. I don't want a ceasefire. I want to go and I want this. Look, if you could get a ceasefire right now, I tell you, you take it so the bullets stop flying and your men stop getting killed.
Of course, we want to stop the war.
But you're saying you don't want a ceasefire. I want a ceasefire because you'll get a ceasefire faster than an agreement.
Ask our people about a ceasefire, what they think.
That wasn't with me. That wasn't with me. That was with a guy named Biden, who was not a smart person. That was with Obama.
He ain't a smart person.
Excuse me. That was with Obama, who gave you sheets, and I gave you javelins.
Yes.
I gave you the javelins to take out all those tanks. Obama gave you sheets. In fact, the statement is Obama gave sheets and Trump gave javelins. You got to be more thankful, because let me tell you, you don't have the cards. With us, you have the cards. But without us, you don't have any cards.
One more question to Mr. Vice President.
This is really pretty incredible. We see the
Jackie,
SUV,
hang on with us one
Zelensky's
moment.
SUV.
If you look to your left, you're going to see him. Let's watch.
Mr. President, is the deal off? President Zelensky, can you tell us what happened?
Bow. I'm going to stop it right there. What you got to think about this? President Zelensky, he got up out of there. You see, we have a real president now. You see the way Trump was speaking to Zelensky? You see how J.D. Vance was talking? That's how real men talk. Yeah, that's how real men talk. You see how much power Trump had? He was gracious enough to let the fool keep talking. But Trump knows how to negotiate, right? Remember the art of the deal. Zelensky has no leverage. He did business with Biden only, ladies and gentlemen, to money launder. That the whole deal with Zelensky and Biden, they were just money laundering. That's all that deal was. Ain't no more money laundering. Trump is trying to end what's going on in Ukraine. Zelensky, if he is smart, he would do what Trump says. If not, guess what, Trump? He's not going to help you. And there's not many Americans who want to help you. Except for the fools who want to money launder, if you know what I mean. We have a real president. You can see Trump don't back down. He doesn't waver in his voice. He says what he means, and he means what he says. That's what we call American power. A strong, white, Christian, conservative male. Thank God. Thank God. Let me tell ya. Thank God. Now, there was a tweet here. I want to go ahead and read it real quick. A statement from Donald J. Trump says, "We had a very meaningful meeting in the White House today. Much was learned that could never be understood without conversation. Under such fire and pressure, it's amazing what comes through emotion. And I have determined that President Zelensky is not ready for peace if America is involved, because he feels our involvement gives him a big advantage in negotiations. I don't want advantage, I want peace. He disrespected the United States of America in its cherished Oval Office. He can come back when he is ready for peace. When he is ready for peace." Very simple. If he wants any help, he's going to have to get ready and end what's going on in Ukraine. Zelensky doesn't want to do that because he knows he's the one who brought war to his country. And if he goes for a ceasefire, or if he ends up going for peace without a win on his side, is over for him. His legacy, his name tarnished. On that side of Europe, ladies and gentlemen, pride and respect is everything. I want folks to understand that respect is everything. The appearance of respect, the appearance of you doing what you said you're going to do is everything. This is the message that Zelensky was trying to portray to Trump. He's saying, hey, if you're talking about a ceasefire, how can I have a ceasefire and go back and tell my people that there's a ceasefire? Let me break that down for you. That means, hey, how can I go back and tell people that I gosh darn lost and I made a lot of our citizens die? A lot of women, a lot of children, a lot of men died for nothing. That's exactly the position he's in. And that's because he did a deal with the devil. That's not on us. That's not on Trump. That's on him and the people who he ran with. So it's a very big deal right now. Very big deal. I want to show you guys somebody who spoke out on the Trump and Zelensky meeting, and that's Lindsey Graham. Lindsey Graham spoke out about it. I want you guys to take a look at what he said. Here we go. Here we go.
All right. So, what I think? Complete, utter disaster. I've been to Ukraine 8 or 9 times since the war started. I understand the consequences of Putin's actions against Ukraine. I appreciate what the Ukrainian people have done. They fought like tigers. At the end of the day, I was hoping that this minerals deal, which would be transformative in the relationship, would go over well. I talked to Zelensky this morning. Don't take the bait. President Trump was in a very good mood last night. Somebody asked me, am I embarrassed about Trump? I have never been more proud of the president. I was very proud of J.D. Vance. standing up for our country. We want to be helpful. What I saw in the Oval Office was disrespectful, and I don't know if we can ever do business with Zelensky again. I think most Americans saw a guy that they would not want to go in business with. The way he handled the meeting, the way he confronted the president was just over the top. So I think the relationship between Ukraine and America is important, vitally important. But can Zelensky do a deal with the United States? After what I saw, I don't know.
What would he need to do, sir? Two questions. Senator Graham.
You saw lunch with President Trump. What did he say to you about his interactions and whether he thinks
he was shocked? He was very upbeat. I told Zelensky, we'll talk about security guarantees. We'll talk about ceasefires and how the war ends. This is a process. You have a new relationship with America, a $500 billion, $500 billion deal that President Trump is proud of, that gives us an interest worth defending. Let's talk about the positive. But he was terrible at Munich, Zelensky, and I think he has made it almost impossible to sell to the American people that he's a good investment, that he is a good business partner.
Last question. Senator Graham. Hey, one at a time. One at a time. Eastern Daytime. Senator Graham, thank you. Do you think President Zelensky needs to resign to resume these peace talks?
He either needs to resign and send somebody over that we can do business with, or he needs to change.
Do you
Thank you.
Bow. So there you go. We're gonna have to give Lindsey Graham a round of applause for that. We got to give him a round of applause. What he said is absolutely true. We don't know as Americans if we can do business again with Zelensky. How can we trust him? Look at the way he was talking to Trump. Look at the way he was acting at the White House. That's not a person that you want to do a deal with. He was acting entitled as if, we owe it to him to give it to him. We don't owe him nothing. We don't owe him a damn thing. Instead of him to come and use common sense, speak nicely, listen, take advice, he came in with demands. And he left mad. He left like a little boy, mad that somebody took his cookies. Shout out to Eat All Say None for Later. Says, didn't Graham support the war at first? Yeah, he absolutely did. Shout out to John Lennon, my boy. Says, we are sick of giving him endless money to steal. Absolutely. These folks ain't using all the money on the war. They're stealing the money. And a lot of that money is being rerouted to the Democrats. You think the Democrats are only in this nation? No. They are a global group. They're stealing money all over and pushing their agenda. I'm proud of Lindsey Graham. He was able to, tell the truth, stand up for what is right. You know, usually he's talking some BS about Trump, you know, and being weak-kneed, but, you know, he stood strong. I wish we could see more of that type of Lindsey Graham. Not the other one. Somebody said he's getting fat. Yeah, but yeah, he getting older. You know, that metabolism is slowing down. You know, they call him the playboy of the Senate. You know, I don't know if he's been playing with too many boys. I don't know what's going on. Or maybe not enough. But that's what it is. He did a good job. He did a good job. We need more senators speaking like that, supporting the president, telling what the truth is. This Ukraine war, we're sick and tired of it. Sick and tired of it. This is a deal that was with Biden. This is Obama-Biden deal. They only started the war to steal money. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. What they need to do is look at COVID and look at the war and see who are the main players who profited from this situation, who profited from the war, who profited from COVID. That's the next thing the DOGE needs to do. And they need to audit the RNC and the DNC. They need to audit all of them. Absolutely. We don't trust not one of them. Restore our faith by making sure that you check all of them out. Trust but verify. And that's where we need to be at. Especially with all the things that have gone on, nobody knows what to believe. We've been lied to for so long about every gosh darn thing. So we need to trust, but we need to verify. So that's what it is. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is our show for tonight. I want to thank everybody and their mamas for coming out, hanging out with your boy. I'll be on tomorrow noon, 12 noon. So we'll be streaming in the afternoon. So if you're around that time, you know, come hang out with us. I'll be up early, you know, probably I'm remodeling my basement. So I got a whole bunch of sheetrock and a whole bunch of stuff I need to do down there. I need to put that on the walls and do some stuff down there. So I'll be up early. Usually I'm up 4 a.m. And then after that, I'll transition very early in the morning to getting the show ready and hanging out with the family. And then I'm ready to run at noon. So make sure you guys come out, come hang out with your boy. I want to thank everybody for coming on in, hanging out with me. Everybody for hitting that like button. Everybody for sharing and everybody for donating. I thank you so much. All right? Oh, yeah, I want to... Hopefully you guys like the show with Jamal that happened on Wednesday. Everybody was really liking it. I got a lot of messages afterwards saying that they really missed us together. They really missed the show. So I wanted to make sure that you guys enjoyed it and let you guys know that, you know, it will definitely be going on for a while as well. And I should have some links. I should have had it probably 2 days ago, but I should have it tomorrow for you guys. Links for podcasts so you guys can listen to it through audio instead of visually, and some other stuff. So with that being said, you guys take care. Have a very, very beautiful night. And I'll catch you guys here tomorrow with another edition of Conservative Nation. All right, so you guys take care. Have a very good night.